Alright, children, the poem that we are going to take up today is An Elementary Classroom in a Slum. This is the poem by Stephen Spender, who was an English poet. Okay, and he was very interested in politics, and so he declared himself as socialist and pacifist. Socialist and pacifist means dealing with the social problems of the society, something that deals with the social injustice, or something that deals with the class struggle. Class struggle means rich and poor. And so he has written a lot of poems on these themes. This is one of the poems that is written, Elementary Classroom in a Slum. Okay, and what is the rhyme scheme of the poem? The rhyme scheme is in free verse. It does not have any rhyme scheme. Just learn this. Okay, and these are the poetic devices which I have written all in one go, but we will deal with it one by one later on. Okay, let's start with the explanation of the poem. Far, far away from gusty waves. Far, far again. See which poetic device has been used here first of all. Repetition. Okay, far, far. The gusty waves. What are gusty waves? Gusty means stormy, strong. Okay, these children's faces. These are the, who are these here? Children of slum. Okay, so far away from gusty waves, the children like rootless weeds. Rootless weeds means something that does not have any identity, no identity. The hair torn around their paler. Torn around means scattered. And paler we have already studied about pale faces in My Mother at 66, right? So paler means pale faces. Pale faces of children of the slum. The tall girl with her head weighed down. Weighed down means depressed, very depressed and sad. The paper seeming boy means as thin as a paper. Right? And rat eyes means eyes like rat. The stunted, unlucky, stunted here means not fully grown because of malnutrition. Okay, that is stunted. Unlucky, heir. Heir means something that we pass on from generations to generations. Heir means from, like, for example, from father to son. Of twisted bones. Twisted bones means bones that are diseased. Okay, reciting a father's gnarled disease. Gnarled means knotted, rough. Naughty. This is a disease. Okay, ये एक बीमारी होती है, gnarled disease. His lesson from his desk, reciting at the back of the dim class, one unnoted. Unnoted means unnoticed. Sweet and young boy sitting, his eyes live in a dream of squirrel's game in the tree room. Tree room here means small place made in tree. Okay. Heir means successor. When I told you from father to son, so like successor. Now these are the word meanings of the first stanza. I'll explain you the first stanza today. Okay. Now the central theme, as I told you, the central theme of the poem is poverty, education, social injustice and childhood. Okay. Now the poet has taken a classroom in the slum to talk about the economic systems which have created the slums and education system के बारे में जो इन बच्चों को मिलती ही नहीं है, इन स्लम के क्लासरूम के बच्चों को मिलती ही नहीं है वो एजुकेशन बिकॉज ऑफ सोशल इनजस्टिस. ठीक है, तो इसको हम लोग सोशल कमेंट्री कह सकते हैं ज़रूर. इट इज़ लाइक अ सोशल कमेंट्री विच द पोएट हैज़ used. So the poem here demonstrates a distance that has been made between the world which is taught inside the classroom and the world which is outside the classroom. Okay, now far away from gusty waves, far from the strong forceful waves of the sea, ocean, the faces of these children of slum, they are like rootless weeds. इनकी कोई आइडेंटिटी ही नहीं है, right? और they have their hair torn around, scattered around their pale malnourished faces. So like rootless weeds is a simile, right? Like rootless weeds, here it is a simile. What is the simile used for? This simile has been used to talk about, to describe the manner in which this society treats the students of this classroom. Because they are the children of poor. ये poor लोग हैं, इनके पास अपनी कोई फाउंडेशन नहीं है, कोई राउट्स नहीं है, कोई सोशल सिक्योरिटी नहीं है, सिर्फ एक ही जगह पे पैदा होके एक ही जगह पे मरने का, दैट इज़ व्हाट दे आर ऑल अबाउट. कोई फाउंडेशन नहीं है. ठीक है, इनको ऐसे ट्रीट किया जाता है जैसे कि अनवांटेड एलिमेंट्स हैं. वीड्स आपको समझ आता है, वीड्स होते हैं अनवांटेड प्लांट्स. ठीक है, अनवांटेड प्लांट्स दे आर. तो जैसे ये वीड्स होते हैं ना, अनवांटेड प्लांट्स, वैसे ही इन बच्चों को भी ट्रीट किया जाता है जैसे ये अनवांटेड हैं. नोबडी वांट्स देम. ओके, नोबडी वांट्स देम. Nobody wants to think about them. Nobody wants to play with them. This is how they are. Now there are a few children which have been specifically described. See the tall girl with her head weighed down, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes. So आप एक ही डिस्क्रिप्शन में देखिए, इसी लाइन में कितना रिजेम्बलेंस है the students bear to the gusty waves of the first stanza. See the gusty waves, जो बहुत ही waves which are which are energetic, full of life. और इन बच्चों की लाइफ देखिए कैसे है, अनवांटेड वीड्स के जैसी. Their head is weighed down. Why is this girl's head weighed down? Because she is depressed and sad, which is far away from the energetic life of the gusty waves. Again I am telling you, देखिए कैसे comparison करा है, far away from gusty waves which are energetic, which are full of life. और ये इन बच्चों की लाइफ कैसी है, head weighed down, depressed, sad, she's not happy at all. क्योंकि एक तो वो malnourished है, malnourished भी है. all the children in the class are malnourished. Because of that also उसमें एनर्जी नहीं है, वो डिप्रेस्ड है, सैड है. द पेपर सीमिंग बॉय विद रैट्स आईज. दिस इज अ ब्रिलियंट मेटाफॉर विच हैज़ बीन चिल्ड्रन यूज्ड. द मेटाफॉर, okay, paper seeming boy, this is a metaphor here which has been used. Paper seeming boy means boy as thin as a paper with rat's eyes. Why rat's eyes? Because rat size means एक इंडिकेशन है स्टारवेशन का, और इट ऑल्सो हाईलाइट्स द efforts that result from starvation, right? So the boy's eyes are like that of a rat. Rat size means जैसे वो गंदगी में, गार्बेज में अपना खाना थोड़ा थोड़ा ढूंढते हैं ना rats. So that comparison has been made with this boy who has rat's eyes and who is as thin as a paper. ठीक है, इसमें मेटाफर पेपर क्यों यूज करा गया है? बिकॉज they are in the themes of poverty and or the boy has been made to look like one of the other objects, छोटा सा object like a paper, as thin as a paper. हड्डियाँ दिख रही हैं, the bones are visible because he is malnourished at all. The stunted, unlucky heir. Now this boy, he has inherited the stunted means not fully grown. This boy has inherited a genetic disorder. I told you, something that passes from father to son, a genetic disorder from his father, because of which he cannot stand and he has to remain seated while reciting the lesson. Usually आप लोग जब क्लास में कुछ बात करते हैं या कुछ बोलते हैं तो यूजुअली यू स्टैंड एंड टॉक, राइट? बट दिस बॉय कैन नॉट स्टैंड एंड टॉक क्योंकि उसकी जो बोन्स हैं वो ट्विस्टेड हैं और वो बीमार है. समथिंग, अ जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर जो उसने अपने फादर से इनहेरिट करा है, उसकी वजह से ही कैन नॉट स्टैंड एंड दैट इज़ वाई ही इज सीटेड वाइल रिसाइटिंग द लेसन. और एक फोर्थ बॉय है who is unnoted, sweet and young. This last boy is very young kid. वो बहुत छोटा है अभी. He is too young to understand the effects of poverty that he has been born into, due to which he shows no signs of poverty, but he is he is in his own thoughts of squirrels games, and his mind wanders outside his eyes are live in a dream. His mind wanders outside what is happening outside the window, and he's so busy watching the game of the squirrels running up and down the trees. Okay, tree room में जाते हैं. He wants to, his mind wanders other than this means his mind wanders in places other than this classroom. Wanders in places other than his own classroom, because he is very young. He does not understand the implications of poverty yet. He does not understand like that they are very poor. He does not understand things like that, and that is why he is still sitting in the classroom. He still has some kind of sweetness and youth and dream in his eyes, and he looks out of the classroom and he watches the beautiful game of squirrels, the sweet innocent game of squirrels, and his mind wanders in places other than his own classroom. Okay, we come to the second stanza now. On sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head. Sour cream means off-white, yellowish. Off-white here also means, sour creams also means discolored, कि बहुत टाइम से, बहुत सालों से उस क्लासरूम को पेंट नहीं करा गया है. एंड what are on the walls of those sour creams? Donations, Shakespeare's head. Now what are donations here? Donations means objects which people have donated to them, donated to the school. And one of those objects is the picture of the head of Shakespeare. Means picture of his, this is the picture of his head. Picture of his head. All right. So cloudless at dawn, civilized dome riding all. Cloudless means without any clouds. Okay, no clouds. Dawn. Dawn here means, what does dawn mean? Dawn here means early morning, sunrise. जब सन की पहली रे अर्थ पे आती है, दैट इज नोन एज dawn. Civilized dome. Now civilized dome here means rising sun, which is the symbol of civilization. Also rising dome here means institutions which are representation of the symbols of civilization. तो ये सब उनके वॉल्स पे लगा हुआ है. ठीक है, ये सब उनकी वॉल्स पे लगा है. क्या क्या लगा है? शेक्सपियर हेड, क्लाउड, एक पिक्चर और है सिविलाइज्ड डोम्स की, राइडिंग ऑल सिटीज, और क्या लगा है? बेल्ट, फ्राली, ट्रोलिस, वैली. बेल्ट here means having bells, then flowery here means with beautiful flowers, and Triolis valley means this is a valley in Austria, a beautiful valley in Austria. इसकी भी पिक्चर लगी है वॉल पे. ओपन हैंडेड मैप अवॉर्डिंग द वर्ल्ड इट्स वॉल. ओपन हैंडेड मैप का क्या मतलब होता है? ओपन हैंडेड मैप्स मीन्स द मैप्स, ऑलराइट, अ मैप ड्रॉन at the will of the people. फ्री हैंड ड्राइंग जिसको बोलते हैं ना हम लोग, फ्री हैंड ड्राइंग. तो उनकी दीवार पे जो उनके वॉल पे मैप भी है ना, वो भी कोई अच्छा वाला मैप नहीं है, किसी ने ऐसे ही हाथ से ड्रॉ करके गंदा सा मैप. इट इज़ देयर. अवॉर्डिंग द वर्ल्ड इट्स वर्ल्ड. वर्ल्ड इट्स वर्ल्ड का मतलब क्या होता है? गिविंग a reward. Okay, reward means, what do you mean by reward here? Giving a reward. Okay, and yet for these children, these windows, not this world, are the world. लेकिन इन बच्चों के लिए उनकी जिंदगी क्या है, उनका लाइफ क्या है? These windows, whatever is outside the windows is their life, where all their futures painted with a fog and a narrow street sealed in with lead sky. Future painted with fog means dull future or no future at all, right? And a narrow street wherein narrow street sealed in with the lead sky. Lead sky here means, lead sky means dark. Lead means black, almost grayish black color. All right, grayish black color. And what has been it's compared to with the lead sky? Lead sky means dark future of the kids of this some classroom. And this is how they are dealing with. Far away from the rivers, the caves and stars of world. So their life is away from beautiful beauties of nature. These are all beauties of nature. The capes, the stars of world. Capes means rivers, you understand. Capes means land jutting out into water, like peninsulas, we can say. Beautiful peninsulas. Okay, and stars of word. Stars of word means writings, books, authors, etc. Okay, surely Shakespeare is wicked and the map a bad example. Wicked means evil, and map is the bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. So all these things are not available to them, available to these kids, so they are tempted to steal it, right? So let's go through this stanza once and I'll tell you what does this stanza mean. On sour cream walls, what do you have? What do you see? The dingy atmosphere of the class, bad atmosphere of the class. Sour cream means smell, अच्छी स्मेल नहीं है, साइट्स नहीं है, एंड उनके ऊपर पोर्ट्रे क्या करा गया है? इतने सुंदर सुंदर ऑब्जेक्ट्स, राइट? So their room, children, the classroom where they are is filled with donations only. क्या क्या है? शेक्सपियर का हेड, ओपन हैंडेड मैप, पेंटिंग ऑफ ब्यूटिफुल ट्रियोलीज वैली, ये सारा जो वर्जन है ना, ये वर्ल्ड का है. जैसे बाहर ये सब सुंदर सुंदर चीज़ें हैं, लेकिन whatever is inside the classroom does not match what is outside. तो इन बच्चों के लिए what is their world? Their world is not cloudless dawn, civilized dome, Shakespeare's head. No. So for them the world is the actual world where they live in. तो जो क्लासरूम के इनसाइड है और जो क्लासरूम के आउटसाइड है वो मैच ही नहीं होता है. The map does not provide an honest portrayal of the real world. जो मैप उनको दिखाया जा रहा है जो क्लासरूम में है, दैट इज नॉट एक्चुअली द मैप दे शुड बी लुकिंग एट, बिकॉज वो ऑनेस्ट नहीं है. क्योंकि जो ऑनेस्टी है वो इस क्लासरूम के बाहर है. द ऑनेस्ट पोर्ट्रेयल इज presented by the windows of the classroom, through which the children can view the day-to-day hardships that they have to endure and the pathetic conditions that they live in. So for these children it is not this world of Trioles Valley, flowers, open-handed maps, cloudless domes. ये इनका world नहीं है. For these children, these windows is their world. Whatever is outside the windows is their world, not what is inside the classroom. Because these children, they have a bleak future beyond this classroom. They have a bleak future. Future painted with a fog means, I'll tell you, bleak future. No future at all. Very bleak. The bleak future which they have, which is painted by fog. Fog means जो उनको फ्यूचर नज़र ही नहीं आ रहा है. व्हेन इट इज़ वेरी फॉगी ना, तो आप लोग देख ही नहीं पाते हैं कि इस फॉग के बियॉन्ड क्या है. तो उनका फ्यूचर उनको दिख ही नहीं रहा है. और ये सारी चीज़ें इज इन शार्प कॉन्ट्रास्ट विद द ब्यूटिफुल पेंटिंग्स डोनेटेड, राइट? सो द नैरो स्ट्रीट्स हियर, you know, a narrow street sealed with lead sky. The narrow streets here represent the narrow prospects. उनका फ्यूचर जो बहुत ही नैरो है. लेड स्काई मीन्स ये इतना ब्लैक स्काई है, इतना ग्रे स्काई है, ब्लैक कलर का है कि इनको इसके बाहर जाने की शायद ना तो उनको पता है इसके वर्ल्ड के बाहर क्या है, ना ही वो जाना चाहते होंगे. They will never be able to move from here, क्योंकि उनके circumstances ही ऐसे नहीं है कि वो यहाँ से बाहर जा पाए. Literally ये लेड यहाँ पर इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन का भी कॉज है. You know, air pollution, industrialization, which is also the cause of slums and bad conditions. This is so. Again, I'll tell you this grim reality. The entire second stanza की grim reality is very far away from the romantic images of the river, the valley, the scenes created by the words of writing of the poets. हॉलो, ये सारे इनको हॉलो लगते हैं. ये सारे जो बुक्स है ना, ये हॉलो वर्ड्स लगते हैं, क्योंकि इनको पढ़ के भी उनका कुछ भला नहीं हो रहा है. उन्होंने दे आर गोइंग टू लिव एंड डाई इन दिस वर्ल्ड ऑफ, you know, poverty only. So this children is the second stanza. I'll move on to the next stanza. I'll move on to a new stanza. Okay, the third stanza. Surely the Shakespeare is wicked. I'll choose some other color. Surely Shakespeare is wicked. Wicked means evil. You know, evil here. And the map, which map? Map of the world. Map of world is a bad example for them. Why? Because they will never be able to see the world. Actually, they are going to live in poverty only, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. Tempting them means persuading them, क्योंकि उनको honestly तो ये सब नहीं मिलेगा. ओके तो उनको ये सब अगर उनको चाहिए तो उनको ये सब छीनना पड़ेगा, स्टील करना पड़ेगा. तो surely it is a very bad example which is asking him to steal for lives that slyly turn in their cramped. Slyly means here with trickily, with a lot of trickily, and cramped holes means confined. ठीक है, confined, small, suffocating holes. Holes means their lives. From fog to endless night, this is all that they can do. On their slag heaps, slag means weak. These children wear skins peeped through by bones, and spectacles of peeped through by bones. Skin peeping through by bones means very thin. Their body is very thin, and spectacles of steel with mended glass. With mended means something that has been once it was broken and now it has been just mended, like it has been taken care of. Okay, it has been redone. Like bottles, bits and soul, all their time and space are foggy slums, so blot their maps with slums as big as doom. Doom means destruction. Okay, slums means the settlements of poor. Foggy again means no future visible. Okay, so these are the word meanings for this stanza. I'll explain you the stanza now. Surely Shakespeare is wicked and the map a bad example. अभी आप देखना इस पोएम की टोन चेंज हो गई है. पहले इट वॉज ऑल डिस्पेयर, पावर्टी, अब थोड़ा सा रेबिलियस होने लगा है. यू नो शेक्सपियर हु इज अ वेरी एपिटोम. एक्चुअली शेक्सपियर का नाम आता है तो हमें क्या याद आता है? एजुकेशन, कल्चर, इंग्लिश, राइट? तो शेक्सपियर who is the epitome of education and everything is said to be wicked, and map is dubbed as bad example. The picture of ship, sun and lake is in the minds of these children are something that mislead them, right? They mislead them and they want them to see the sights of the world जो वो कभी नहीं देख पाएंगे. दे विल नेवर बी एबल टू इनहैबिट. ना वो वहाँ जाके रह सकते हैं ऐसे वर्ल्ड में जो उनको दिखाया जा रहा है ऑफ ब्यूटिफुल वैलीज एंड एवरीथिंग. ना वो उनको ले सकते हैं. सो मोर ओवर इफ वी प्रोवाइड देम अ ग्लिम्स ऑफ unattainable which is for them, this tempt the children to resort to ways that they might commit crime. वो चोरी करेंगे या you know they are going to do lot of stealing and कमिटिंग क्राइम्स, बिकॉज उनको वैसे तो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से या सोसाइटी की तरफ से ये सब चीज़ें नहीं मिलेंगी. सो इट इज़ नॉट ओनली इररिस्पॉन्सिबल बट ऑल्सो इमोरल टू paint such pretty pictures of the perfect places to children who live in this suffocating holes. You know, holes means their houses, you know, in these small suffocating houses. Who move from one endless night to another without any hope. So from endless night means from one night to another without any hope, right? So on their slag heaps. They are so malnourished, these children are so malnourished that it seems that they are wearing skins. जैसे हम लोग कपड़े पहनते हैं ना, ऐसे लग रहा है इन्होंने अपनी बोन्स के ऊपर शायद स्किन पहनी हुई है, राइट. सो क्लियरली इनको एजुकेशन से ज़्यादा यहाँ पर क्या चाहिए? फूड. What is of more importance to them? It is the food which is more important to them. They wear spectacles of steel and that too made of mended glasses. That is their poverty shapes the lens with which they view the world, right? With mended glass like bottle bits on the stones. तो उनकी जो they are wearing a चश्मा of poverty, जिससे वो सारा वर्ल्ड अपना देखते हैं, राइट. मेंडेड ग्लास, ग्लास मीन्स वियरिंग स्पेक्टिकल्स, जो स्पेक्स जिसको आप बोलते हैं, स्पेक्स. सो दिस इज विद व्हाट दे आर मेंडिंग एंड सीइंग द वर्ल्ड which they are not supposed to do, because the world which they live in is foggy, is full of despair, is full of sadness, and what they are seeing in Shakespeare and beautiful valleys and suns and ships and love, it is all tempting them to steal, because क्योंकि अपने आप से इस पावर्टी में रह के तो वो इस स्पेस को कभी नहीं ले पाएंगे, राइट. So they are living in foggy slums, and so plot their maps with slums as big as doom. And they can actually see is the foggy sight of awful smells, slums that they live in. और ये बड़े लोगों के लिए, those who are rich and all, उनको ऐसा लगता है कि ये जो स्लम्स है ना, वो उनके बहुत सुंदर मैप के ऊपर एक धब्बा है, काला धब्बा, ब्लॉट्स हैं, यहाँ से इनको हटाना चाहिए, स्लम्स खाली करने चाहिए. उनको ये नहीं पता है कि पावर्टी कैसे ख़त्म करनी है, बस उनको ये पता है कि स्लम्स कैसे ख़त्म करने हैं. ऑलराइट, सो दिस इज अबाउट द थर्ड स्टैंजा. So children, in the second stanza, once again I'll tell you, these children are living in the cramped holes. This is the third stanza we are studying, right? They are living in cramped holes, struggling for some survival in the small dirty rooms, from foggy mornings till foggy nights, endless nights, just trying to make their ends meet. Those slum children live on piles of waste materials. Slag heaps means piles of waste materials. The world is full of dirt and garbage for them. They are weak, they are undernourished, they look like skeletons when their bones are peeping out of their skin. It looks like as if they are wearing the skin like clothes. They wear the specks of steel with mended glass. That is, जो specs rich लोगों ने डिस्कार्ड कर दिए, फेंक दिए हैं, वो उसी को रिपेयर करके पहनते हैं. देयर लाइफ इज शैटर्ड एंड ब्रोकन लाइक द बॉटल. लाइक जैसे हम लोग बॉटल स्टोन के ऊपर अगर फेंकते हैं तो उसका कुछ शेप नहीं बचता ना, देयर इज नथिंग लेफ्ट ऑफ द बॉटल. इन द सेम वे देयर लाइफ इज ऑल्सो ब्रोकन लाइक बिट्स ऑफ अ बॉटल ऑन अ स्टोन. दे आर डिप्राइव्ड even of the basic things in life. Their world is comprised of the foggy slums where they live. It is like a nightmare from them. The map is not a reality. They cannot see their slums in that map, right? They need to live a dignified life, but they are never allowed to make. And the rich people think that these slums are like a blot on their lives. Last stanza we are doing. Unless the governor, teacher, inspector or visitor. So the poet says, unless the government or education department and rich people who are visitors, rich people, they help to come and help these children. They come to help these children. Unless they do something, these children are living in hell only. This map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon them like catacombs. This map means map in the classroom. It becomes their window. उनको वही दिखेगा, okay? And these windows are shut like upon their lives like catacombs. Catacombs means underground graves. Right? Break till they break the town. Break or break here means just break upon, run till they break the town. Breaking town here means, what is breaking town here means? Running around, running around in the city. And show the children green fields and make their world run azure. Azure means deep blue. On gold sands. Gold sands means sand on the beaches. And let their tongues run naked on the books, that is, express themselves freely. And white and green leaves, open, history is theirs, whose language is the sun. Now I'll explain this stanza, children. In this stanza, the poet says कि ये elementary school सिर्फ namesake के लिए exist करते हैं, कोई infrastructure नहीं है यहाँ पर, कोई serious teaching नहीं होती है यहाँ पर, और स्कूल तभी एक्टिव होता है जब किसी गवर्नर ने आके यहाँ इंस्पेक्शन करनी होती है. इंस्पेक्टर मीन्स पीपल हु इंस्पेक्ट, people who come to inspect. सिर्फ तभी ये लोग एक्टिव होते हैं जब किसी की इंस्पेक्शन के लिए आना होता है यहाँ पर, और विजिटर ने आना होता है. सिर्फ सारी मशीनरी जो स्कूल की इसी टाइम एक्टिव होती है. और फिर the map becomes these windows from where they can see the world beyond their slums. So the poet basically wants people like government, inspector, visitors. I told you government means people who work, governor means people who work in the government, teachers, maybe who can work free, inspectors, those who come for inspection, visitors means rich people. They have to gather the political will to convert the map of theoretical knowledge to the window of living reality for the children. तो यहाँ पर जो पढ़ाई हो रही है वो बिल्कुल बेसलेस है, कोई सीरियसनेस नहीं है. That is why they want, the poet appeals to these people, appeals to the government, to the education department to convert the map of this theoretical knowledge which they are giving the class to become a reality for the children. तो इतना seriously पढ़ाएं कि जो map class में है of beautiful valleys and everything, that becomes a little reality for the children. So it is like an appeal, a challenge, a duty of all these people, the government, the teachers, inspectors and people, to make the living conditions and surroundings of the slum area as beautiful as those shown in the maps. Until then, अगर तब तक the poet asks the authorities to help children learn from nature and nurture their childhood, right? The windows which confine the children need to break. Break or break means the windows of confinement need to break. Windows of confinement here means windows of confinement here need to break, which is confinement means the windows which are making them not learn beautiful things or see nature, right? So they must break and must have an access to green fields, to beautiful sky and all the other wonders of nature. They must have this beautiful opportunity to be with them. The poem uses imageries and everything to describe the blue sky and the open space that the children should be provided with. The need for change in their material conditions through economic upliftment is symbolized by gold sand. So what is the gold sand here? Gold sand here symbolizes थोड़ी सी अच्छी conditions जो इन बच्चों को मिल सकती हैं. Only when this happens, this means they are taken to nature and their conditions are different. They are able to access green fields, the open sky and all the wonderful things of nature. Only when this all happens will the children be able to think on their own. They will, they will have their own expression. They are going to have their lives back and write a history which is of their own. Because these children will be writing the history who speak in the language of sun. Language of sun means beautiful language, the language which is not confined to anybody. All right, so the poem ends on a note of positivity, right? The poet gives us a note of positivity, and he says that he wants these opportunities to be available to the children. The people who strive for knowledge are the ones who create history. तो कम से कम उनको एक मौका तो दो कि वो अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करें, बुक्स पढ़ें, थोड़ी नॉलेज लें. Only then they are free, then they are creating history. The ones who are let free are the ones who will create history. The people who outshine others, who glow like the sun, who break free from the constraints of their restricted lives are the people who create history. So these children also can create history, provided they are given the right opportunities, provided that they are given the right kind of environment to learn. With this we come to the end of the poem, right children? And if you have any problem anywhere, please do let me know. We will do the points once again. Okay.